Hey guys and gals, this is Alex Olson for another episode of the Kansas City Multifamily Minute, where I want to hear about your 1031 exchange. And I want to hear if you're active and aggressive in buying multifamily real estate here in Kansas City. So let's take a look here. So, what we've got on this particular week is the last 2 weeks worth of new deals in multifamily that have come to Kansas City. So there's a couple in here I wanted to point out, and it's actually a lot when you look at it, right? We've got, I don't know, 6, 7 deals. Let's see, what does LoopNet say here for us? It shows there's 8. So 8 new deals in the last 2 weeks. Interestingly enough, you've seen some of these, but let's just kind of cover what we've got going on. So this one up here is in the $1 million range, 6.72% cap rate. It's up in the historic Northeast. It's in a good part of that. It's not too far east. It's not too far north. It's kind of an interesting little pocket here. Something you could consider if you're looking at the urban core and really are getting excited about this particular location. Could be something you could look in. 16 units for $1 million, around 65,000 a unit or so. Okay. Scroll back out here, see what else we have available. Next on the list is this 42 unit apartment building for 3.7 million. Looks like quite a bit of it has been rehabbed. If we click into this, we can take a look here. It's kind of got this Country Club Plaza kind of feel, or actually historic Northeast kind of feel to it with the brick. They've done some work to specific units. You can see it's got some updates. It's not my favorite part of town. Actually, it's a fine part of town. We'll put it for you that way. However, at $88,000 a unit, in my opinion, seems a little strong. However, maybe the numbers are better than what they show on paper. And, happy to kind of look at this here together if you're interested. 42 units for 3.7 million, 5.38% cap rate. I don't get too excited about those, especially with everything that is available on the market. Let's keep scrolling down here. We've got this property here, which I do like. This is 82nd and Troost, close to Waldo, 5.1 million. I know the owner there. It's a good property, great people that are working on it. 78 units for $5 million. Definitely something you should take a look at. Get in there, get your hands dirty on that. See if that's a project you want to take a look at. This is part of a growing urban core property that I think would do well for you long term. If you're looking to flip a property, it's not the right fit for you. However, if you're wanting to get into a property that is nice, with a lot of it rehabbed in a growing area, this is a good fit for you. So hit me up. I can get you some more details on that, and we can get that thing purchased for you. Okay. Another property here that is on the map is the Afton apartment units. Okay. I think these traded not that long ago or were on the market not that long ago. And it's in a good part of town, I think. Let's just double check here. East. Yeah, so this right here is a great part of town. 43rd Street, close to Country Club Plaza, Westport. See here, the health system here, which is St. Luke's Health System. The museums are down here. My office is close by. I've got some property here in this area as well as off-market deals. I do like this area. So this is something you can look at. I do think that there's always an opportunity to improve on existing properties. And this has got a lot of the things you'd want. Stainless steel. You've got central heating and cooling that was added. The real question here is going to be, what's the actual purchase price? They don't list that, which, is common at times for some of these properties. But, something that you need to really kind of look at here is what's the actual list price? Maybe the offering memorandum has that on here. Let's keep looking. So it's 24 units, 92% occupied. It's asking the market price. So there is no market price on this. You'd have to get the broker's attention and really understand maybe what they're looking at and what kind of price they're at. But anyway, something like that, you can take a look at. Great location. Okay. Let's scroll back out and see what else we have that's new. Okay. This one right here, you guys have seen this a lot. This Horace Mann Lofts. I had it on my list as Strawberry Hill, 30 units, $100,000 per unit. Very similar pricing to what I had it at. I like a lot of things about this deal. You can add more units to it. You can make it better. You can get better tenants in there, etc. So it could be an interesting opportunity for you right on Strawberry Hill. I don't want to belabor the point because I've talked about that one quite a bit in the past, and happy to reach out please reach out to me. We can talk more about it. Okay. Scrolling next down, we've got the Four Seasons. This is actually a LIHTC property. So unless you want to understand LIHTC and you want to get into it, you've got 12 to 18 months to maintain this in the LIHTC property. So there's different rules and regulations you have to follow. LIHTC is low income housing tax credit property, which means that they will actually, you can't raise rents. You have to keep rents a certain amount, but it's nearing its end. Typically 15 or 30 years, more likely is a 30-year program. This could be an interesting opportunity to buy here in Overland Park for just over $100,000 a unit. We see stuff sell here all the time for $200,000 a unit. So it's kind of dependent here on what the rents are currently and really how good or bad the LURA document is on the LIHTC part of the property. So if you want to learn more about LURA and LIHTC, reach out to me and we can discuss this with in a lot more detail to really see if this is going to be a good fit for you. Okay. Let me clear off some of these here, kind of annoys me. All right, next up, we've got the Ritz. We're not going to cover that. It's under 500,000. This last property right here is actually another property I've seen before in the past, and $1.8 million is the asking price. The location, to be frank, just really doesn't quite demand that. It does have some pretty good rents. It is well maintained. It's just the location for 1.8 million is not something I can get behind, but happy to look at it deeper with you. If you like Kansas City, Kansas, we've got some other deals over there. We could combine those into a larger transaction. Okay. So a lot of new stuff here in the last couple of weeks. I think I covered these in general pretty well, give you a flavor for what's going on. Happy to dive into those deeper. All right. So now let's head over to what the MLS, typically lower unit count, smaller size properties. However, there's always a good chance that there's some interesting properties here that are available. Here's one here, which is a fourplex for 700,000 in Shawnee. Off the bat, I really like the purchase price point and the price per unit. I would anticipate this not being around too much longer. This will be under contract soon, just based on the location, the price point, the type of units. This could be an excellent buy. So jump on that one quickly. Let's reach out. Let's get it done. Another interesting property is this one in Olathe. A couple of these units have been remodeled. There's a lot that are low on the rents and some that have decent rents. So this one at 1.825 million is an interesting buy for 10 units. You can piece these off and sell these one at a time. It is in Olathe, so it's not quite as desirable as Overland Park. However, if you look at the recent study that I just put out in our newsletter, and Deal Flow email talks about how Olathe is a top city, top town to live in the entire country. So more and more people are moving there. It's a very fast growing population. There are certain pockets that are better than other pockets. So let's look at this one together and see what we come up with. Okay, last on the list is this particular set of properties. I think it's 25 total units. There's a couple houses and condos in here that get you to 25. They're located all over the metro for the most part. Different sizes, different shapes, different rents. And on a price per door basis, it's not bad considering, there's a house in there, and also considering these are large multifamily units. So this is another one that I think could go fairly quickly with a good offer price and favorable terms. So just wanted to put that one out there for you. A lot's going on here in the last, call it 2 weeks here. If you add all this up, you're at 10 to 15 different new properties in the last couple of weeks. We're actually have seen several properties go under contract here recently. So product is moving. Multifamily product is moving in Kansas City. A lot of the demand is coming from out-of-state investors that are willing to take a risk, a chance on the market despite interest rates in the low sevens. So anyway, just something to look at. Love to hear from you. Get your opinion on these as well. Help you dive deeper into any of these particular properties. Again, this is Alex Olson with the Multifamily Minute here in Kansas City. I look forward to hearing from you next week, and we'll see you soon.